Hey everyone, this week we're on Cyrene, and today I just thought we would do a little bit of a mining run. So we went and got the Arc faction missions because we have 200 badges from Leah in Arc Staging, I believe it is. No, the supply depot. And then the bottom two missions here, the mine up, are from Arc Staging. So faction missions, and over down here is where we got these other two missions, and then we're also going to be doing the iron missions, and I don't remember who gave those. We got them so long ago. Um, but let's get started with the first drop. Can't mine here. We're going to keep moving through then, and we'll just see where we can drop one. We might have to get out of this little city-looking area. And so we're trying to get a few faction badges today. Oh, this is a wave event. That's why you can't mine here. Let's dip out of this real quick. I don't know what wave it is, but I know that we don't want to do it. And so let's see if we can mine out here if we're still too close. Oh, there we go. Oh, what do we get? A little bit of blue crystal, it looks like. So I've never mined this area, so I was kind of curious what kind of resources we can hit. Oh, I broke the tool. That's what I get for not repairing it before we start. We'll have to use our other one. And so that'll be nice. We have a trouble finding blue and green crystals sometimes. Yellow's everywhere. Same with that Zorn star. I mean, probably not really everywhere, but it's really common to find, especially in this zone. And on that island down here, we've hit, sorry, this island down here. We'll hit this waypoint, do a drop, and then we'll kind of zigzag down to one of those teleporters. A little bit of oil. I'm going to shoot south, and then we'll kind of angle over. Just because that looked really steep, and I thought it might be easier to get up over here. I think it's time for another drop. A little bit more oil. Alright, time to climb this little mini mountain here. skip those mobs over there. Oh, we're gonna have to wait till we get to the top to... Oh, it's not letting me climb it. There we go. Problem solved. Drop away. Oh, nice. So let's see what all we got there. Obviously some Zornstar, because... Oh, and some Acid Root. I don't know that there's an iron mission for the Acid Root, but it was still a nice hit. Well, we want to skip these Zealodoths. So we might have to throw down our ship and do a little jump over them. So we can kind of continue on our way. But we only need one more Zorn hit for that daily badge now. And we're working on the second tier of the mining for Zornstar, I believe. Maybe we'll just kind of head south toward this Zin Karimbo. I think that's what it's called, Zin Tucano. I butchered the crap out of that one at first, huh? That's right. I never professed to be good with names. In fact, quite the opposite. And we'll do a drop here. We're getting pretty good skilling, which is nice. And only a handful of misses, so we're not too far in the hole trade terminal wise either at this point. Alright, what do we get here? Alpharix. I've never even heard of Alpharix stone. But cool. Oh, that was a nice hit too. Oh, and some more acid root. Oh, I actually hit a drop. Wasn't quite what I was trying to do, but I think we're gonna just jump to this other one. We'll have to leapfrog. I think it's some tide claws. Well, we'll make that determination kind of when we run into them. Kind of shooting to kind of around. So we'll use that as our guide so we don't drop too often. Or with too much overlap, rather, is a better way of putting it. That way we avoid the mobs that are going to be around here, which are like wasps, I think, like impies. Oh, there's our Zorn Star for the faction badge. We'll drop like around 175 or so, I think. Just because the machine itself has I think it's 100 meters. So it's 55 meters, so it's 110 meters total bubble when we do a drop. And then from there, we're going to kind of shoot that way. So let's go pick this little hit up, see what we got. Some more Zorn Star. And we'll do one more drop kind of right on the waypoint before we deviate a little to the west. Oh yeah, here's these tide claws. And so we're just going to scoop past their spawn and then hook in down that here in the hopes of hitting a little bit of yellow star to finish up those, at least the daily mining. I think we'll hit it enough times in that little stretch to probably do that, uh, get that daily badge as well. Yeah, there's those wasps I was talking about. Yeah, MP wasp. We'll be skipping that for sure. I didn't realize there was another spawn there. We might be doing a tide claw hunt later. And we'll try and skip these scout bots and get a drop in between them and the dire weeds. And there's those dire weeds I was talking about, which are good for training up your dodge. And there's a tempo where you have to kill a few of them pretty quickly, and I don't remember what the reward is off the top of my head. Laser weaponry, maybe? There's a little stone on the ground, but then... Oh, there's that yellow crystal I wanted. Oh, and we're getting attacked a little bit. We'll leapfrog a smidge past these guys. And since these guys don't hit very hard, we can kind of just shoot through them, and if they aggro, we can kill them or hop back on our vehicle if we want. Our pick. Dealer's choice. It's nice to finally get a little bit of that ground assessment up. Ooh, what do we get? Nice, some more yellow crystal. That was a nice little hit. And it'll give us all our yellow crystal we needed for that daily. So we'll start with the crystal, and then we'll move on to that other hit. And we'll see what mineral that was when we go to mine it. Probably Zorn Star. Yep. Maybe we'll drop right at the tree. And these are little weak 30 hit point tree dragons. And there's a little daily tempo. It'll kill 30 of them or something. I think he was doing a little mining as well. It looked like he had an extractor out. And these pleats only have 10 hit points. Super easy. Not normally see a junk bot in the middle of there, but we'll see if we hit anything as we continue our little jaunt. Oh, that was a nice one. I don't know what it is, but Zorn. Ample, 9. That's kind of getting close to a global, I think. I think that starts at like 11 or 12. Which is nice, because this will give us a few mining skill ups, I imagine. So it's going to definitely take a second to extract this. Luckily, these mobs don't hit very hard, and so it's also like a small defensive training. Oh, and we're done. I thought that was going to take a little longer than it did. Get rid of these guys. And then we'll just kind of go west a little bit to wrap up our mining run here today. There it is. That's the other thing when you're mining, you'll come across fruit and stone, which are just kind of like added little perks, little cash laying on the ground, that dollar bill you pick up, so to speak. Oh, I guess we should put the mining tool back on if I want to do a drop, huh? Run around with the extractor out. I think maybe we'll shoot through this area and kind of circle around. Oh, these are big drill bots. We definitely want to avoid them. They hit kind of hard. And so that'll be definitely throw down the ship and run away if we get aggroed on. So that is a global. Nice. And we are definitely going to have to kill some stuff to get this out. Let's put our armor on. Yep. I saw you. Don't worry. And we're going to scoot out here a smidge and summon it. Just so that we have to kill less. In theory, anyway. Over there, I think they were going to keep pathing kind of on top of us a little bit. But let's settle in and start excavating out this crystal. But this will give for sure give us a pretty good amount of yellow crystal today. By the time we're done excavating it all, I think we'll see. We're at 11 points. Oh, they're pathing by us anyway. Well, if we got to bust the rifle out and gun it, which we do, we will. I was getting ready to say, if they make us, we'll drop them. Oh wow, they're hitting pretty good through that armor. And hopefully that other one will stay over there for a little bit. Let us excavate our claim. And this ought to help our drilling skill and our driller profession. You see it's super low because we don't do a lot of this. But we're going to try and get into it a little bit more and hopefully do a mining every week just to kind of work our skill up and get materials and whatnot. So since it was a global, we know it's at least 50 ped. So have to get up into the 60 ped or so yellow crystal before it's even going to be close to being drying up on this claim. But you can see mostly we just hit Zornstar and yellow crystal today. And that's pretty typical. But with this big yellow star hit, I think it said size 16. Um, I think that's above the 50 ped. We can actually look. It should be in the global thing. So let's take a quick look. What did it say we got? Oh wow, that's a 230 ped yellow crystal deposit. So we're going to be here for a second. But it also ensures that today's mining run was definitely a profitable mining run for us. Wow, 230 ped, that's a nice hit. And so what are we going to do with all this yellow crystal, you might ask? we're gonna sell it, of course, and then probably buy a land deed, in which I'm gonna go over my overall strategy and thinking um, in that regard later this week in a video is what I'm trying to do, I think. Because I kind of have an overall play cycle into deed strategy. But like I said, I want to do that kind of as like its own separate little video where I kind of go over the each deed individually and what I think about it, what it kind of averages and returns, and that sort of thing. All right, still a ways to go on this excavation. Not an amazing boost, but it's still nice. We'll get 16% more skills for the next 5 minutes that we're excavating this, in which we still have about 140 ped or so to pull out still. And so this is why people will tier up their excavators and put those speed buffs in there, just because it does take a while when you're pulling big globals. And this is unamped. So imagine if we were running an amp, how big that global would have been. I think the 1 amp we were using on Next Island increased the claim size by 5. So instead of a 16, that would have been a 21. Now, obviously, each drop would have cost us more, and there's not a great benefit because we're not shooting for a specific size hit like we are there, which is basically the only reason we use the amp there. Maybe later on, once we get good and have a solid understanding of all of the mining a little bit better, we'll consider using amps in other areas when we're going for maybe specific resources or something to that effect. Oh, we're starting to get encumbered, it looks like. And we're still going to double the amount we have. So we're going to be really encumbered by the end of this. So it seems like summoning it back was a good choice, since we only had to deal with a couple of those drill bots. I think we would have had to deal with more if we were further in, just from the pathing we're seeing right now. Ooh, it's almost combat time. That guy's looking frisky. Luckily, it's been so long since the last one, we fully healed up. But we are also getting a lot of drilling skill off this, which is super epic. Like, we've got half a level. Not just off this, but a majority of our drilling today, I think, is this hit right here. Or will be by the time it's over, for sure. Well, I thought that guy had aggroed, but now I don't think he did. Which is nice. He can keep on walking on. And we won't be forced to laser him down to finish extracting our precious minerals here. That we're gonna buy a couple of those Calypso land deed trusts. I think is what they're called now. Basically, Calypso shares, but the new version. And so instead of them being thousands of head, they're like 40 head, I think, right now. And so we'll be able to get a few, stash them back. It's like a dividend return strategy going on here. Oh, we're really encumbered now. But it looks like we're nearing the end of the collection here. Only about 20, 30 ped to go, I think. I don't really remember how much we had at the start, but like 10, 11 maybe. It was a 230 ped hit, I think it said. So that'll put us about 240, give or take. There we go. That's the end of that claim. So we only had about 7 ped to start with, is what it's looking like. Anyway, that was a massive hit for us, our biggest hit ever. Super exciting. And I hope everyone is having an amazing, amazing day. Stay epic.